This is the Sure Shot Milwaukee sprayer, and it is by Sure Shot. It's not actually a Milwaukee product like Milwaukee Tools. That's just the Milwaukee sprayer, that's what it's called. I'm not going to demonstrate the use on this. I have nothing to use it on, and this is showing some rust on the bottom, and I don't want it to go kaboom and blow me up. You can find these on Amazon, anywhere online, Advanced Auto Parts. I recommend not buying them online because if they get damaged during shipping and you don't notice and you are using it in the future, it could go boom. If you get one of these in person, you can inspect it before and make sure it is not dented in any way or have any rust from sitting in a warehouse forever. Most of them don't come with this attachment right here. They do come with the top here that opens up. You don't have these little ends to twist with your hands. Most of them don't come with that, so that's kind of a rare deal, but that's how you put the pressure in. Now they're all going to say how much PSI. This one's 200 PSI. So you don't want to go above that. I would actually go a little bit below that and then refill as you need with the pressure. It does say how to depressurize. You hold the sprayer upside down and press the trigger. Flip it, just hold, and it'll spray everything out. One thing I do not like about these is the cotter pin on here. It makes it a little wiggly. If you have a thicker cotter pin, you could pull this one out and put a newer one in, or any sort of like little rod that would go in there that would bend. I guess cotter pin's easier during manufacturing, slop that in there, but I don't really care for the cotter pin. And if you're not really paying attention, it goes up. Somehow you can hurt your finger. The way you use one of these is open it up. It's pretty simple. Whoa! This one I think was used from lubrication last. I don't really recall. You can see in there, you just fill it up with the pressure. Like I said, this one's 200 PSI. I would go honestly about 150. I'm always just freaked out about pressure stuff. I just kind of freak myself out about that. Make sure it's on there good and tight. A little bit more than my hand will allow would be preferable. You don't want it shooting off. You can put a degreaser in here, any sort of chemicals that you desire to be around. Pretty much anything that can be sprayed out of that nozzle, you can go ahead and put in here. I'm not gonna use this one ever again. I'll probably save the top here. That's kind of hard to find one that had the little rods there so you can actually get some grip on it. But anything that has to do with pressure, if you see any sort of rust on it, I would highly recommend just making it so it's not usable, like taking these off and kind of crushing it a little bit so nobody can use it in the future. Things with rust on them that have pressure in them, they can explode because you don't know how far the rust actually has worked through. This one looks like it's just starting, but it's a possibility that it's rusted inside, and if so, you're gonna have a little bit of a tear, and when you fill it up, it's gonna go kaboom and you can get severely hurt. I would give this 9 out of 10 PSI for when I used it. The only thing I really don't like is the whole cotter pin situation here, which does make it a little bit loose. I mean, it's tight at first, but over time it'll get loose, and you can put a new cotter pin, or if you got a perfectly sized rod in there, that'd be fine. The handle, the grip is decent enough. This thing, you can't really jam a whole lot in it to make it super heavy. It's worked for what I needed it for, and I'm going to toss it now and probably just get a new one because of the rust. Also keep the cap that comes on it so you don't get junk inside there for when you fill it with air and get that all messed up.